Peace, everybody. It's the Sweet Science Boxing Academy. We back with another video. All right, so in this video, we're gonna talk about Earl Spence. He just recently did a interview with the Pivot Podcast yesterday, and it was a really good interview. He said a lot of things on there that a lot of people within the YouTube boxing community has been speculating and making videos on for a while now. He confirmed a lot of things, and he also released a lot of information that was undisclosed. But and more particularly, what I really want to focus on in this video is him saying that after his near fatal car crash, the first time, he still was drinking and partying and carrying on and being all wild. These are his own words. So yeah, let's talk about it, because a lot of people be talking about Earl and he's undisciplined, and or is he disciplined? As of late, he seemed to be real focused. He don't seem to be blowing up in between fights like the last year or two, I suppose. He don't seem like he really was blowing up after in between fights, because usually, if y'all go back to like old interviews and just old fights where he wasn't fighting, he was just at the events, you see how big he is, see how swole his face is and everything. The dude looked huge. He looked like he walk around like 190, 200 pounds. And in the interview, he did say that after the car accident, he was walking around like 190, so he was kind of embarrassed. But let me just play that little clip for y'all, and I'll get right back to you. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I don't want to get no copyright strikes, but just this little part, just to confirm what I'm saying.
After my car crash, I was still like going out drinking and everything and having fun, partying and everything right after my car crash.
All right, so y'all heard that? Should I repeat it? Should I rewind it? I think I rewind it. Give me 1 second.
And I was still wild too. Like after my car crash, I was still like going out drinking and everything and having fun, partying and everything right after my car crash.
We talked about it, bro. Get a motherfucking driver.
Right. That's what I'm saying too. Like, he joking when he was saying it, but he kind of was serious, because that's the same thing that I was alluding to. Like, if you're the type of person who likes to drink and wild out when you out having fun and all that stuff, that's cool. But if you're driving, have a designated driver with you. And he's Earl Spence. He's a superstar boxer, multi-millionaire. I'm sure he can have several people who can be in his circumference to make sure that he's cool, that he don't end up doing anything like that. But he is a man. He's a alpha. He's a boxer, so he don't want any of that stuff, like most of us don't. But it comes a time when we have to think about our lives and responsibilities and focusing on the big picture, which he seemed to be doing now. He's been saying that he's been staying home on his ranch, taking time out when he's not fighting, chilling with his kids and his girlfriend, and just training. So, me personally, I think that's all good luck. And if he continues to stay focused, then he's going to be a monster. He's relatively still young. He don't really have no mileage as far as getting beat up in fights, because he's usually the most dominant person in his fights. So, other than him training for all these years, he don't really got wear and tear on his body except for the accidents. And it seems right now that the accidents don't really have no effect on him, but we really still won't know about that until time will tell. So, but it was a good interview. I liked it. I respect the fact that he did keep it funky, because that's what a lot of people were saying, that once the first car accident happened, then the second one happened and everything, and him being in interviews in between fights, it still looked like he was drunk, slurring his words and all that stuff. So it don't really seem like he's doing a whole lot of that anymore. I mean, he might still drink a little bit, casually, socially, but getting all tore up like he was, from the outside looking in, I can't see it. But this is my thoughts. But shout out to Earl, shout out to those guys at the Pivot Podcast. And I'm going to do a couple more breakdowns of this interview because it was a long interview, about 56 minutes long. And he said a lot of information on there. It's just something that I can make videos for days on. But that's all I got for now. Let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See y'all the next one. Peace.